If you are an instructor who has multiple sections of a course in Canvas, you may want to consider cross-listing those courses so that the content is in one course and the students feed from the other sections into the one course. The advantage of this is that you may change the content in just one course location and your students will see it across all of the sections that are cross-listed. So in this video, I'm going to show you one of the two cross-listing options and show you how you can filter your grades by section and how you can communicate sending emails to specific sections in the course. But before I do that process, there may be a reason that you would want to create groups of each of your sections. To my knowledge, this process isn't necessary because from the things I've tested, you can select sections for assignments and for communications, but maybe you would want a group of students by section. So I'm going to show you how to do that first. I'm going to go to the people area of this course. This is the course where I have my content and it's going to be my parent course. And I have grayed out the students' names here. I want to make a group of these students from section 1. I'm going to click on the Groups tab at the top of the page and I'm going to click on the Group Set button and I'm going to give this a name. There are different settings I can choose, but I want to leave the settings as they are by default. And I'll click the Save button. And now I have a group set. It is time for me now to make my groups. So I'm going to make a group and call it Section 1. To do that, I click the plus group button and I'll give this group a name. And I'll click the Save button. Now I've made group 1 and all I need to do is click and drag the students over onto group 1. So this just takes a few minutes. I'm just clicking, holding down with my mouse and dragging over and setting on top of section 1 all of these student names. So I've dragged them all into section 1 and there were 20 students. If I want to see those students, I can click this arrow and it will point downward and I can see the students in that group. If I click on that again, it will minimize that group. I'll go ahead and make another group because I need section 2 and I'll just leave this one for now. My next step is to bring in the students from section 2 into this course because this course has my content and I want to use this as the parent course. So to do this, I want to look in the URL of the course and there are 5 digits in that URL that I want to copy because that is the identity number of this specific course. So I highlighted those 5 digits and I'll right click on them and choose copy. Now I want to go to one of my child courses, one of the other sections. So I'm going to go find another one under my courses area. Now since you're doing this for a future term, you'll want to click the View All or Customize link. And then toward the bottom of the screen are identified your future courses. So you can come get them here. So now I'm in my second section and I want the students from this section to populate into section 1. To do that process, I scroll down toward the bottom and in the navigation menu click on the Settings link. There are tabs across the top and you want to click on the Sections tab. So to cross-list the section, I'm going to click on the name of this section and the list of students for this section 2 populates below. Now I have grayed those out so you cannot see their names. The button I want to push is over on the right and it's called Cross-List This Section. I'll click that button. I could search for the name of the course, but I copied those 5 digits if you remember, so I want to place in the lower box those digits that I copied. So I can right click and choose copy and there the digits are. Then you want to click outside of that box and it will show you which course you've selected. So this is the one I want the students to go into, Section 1 of this course for Spring 2015. Take real care to make sure you've chosen the right ones. Then click Cross-List this section. And notice what happens. I've been popped back over to my Section 1 area, and though you can't see their name specifically, all of the students from Section 2 are now enrolled in Section 1. Now, while I'm at it, I could go make another one of those groups, which I think is an easy thing to do. So again, to do my group, I'm going to click the People button, and I'll go to my Sections area. Here's Group 2, and remember I'd already pulled the students into Section 1, so they weren't available for me to choose from. Now I can just grab these students one at a time and select them and drag them into Section 2, and they will have their group. So here are my last two, and there are my students. That section had 21 students in it. Again, I want to emphasize the groups are not necessary. They're not critical because your students are kind of grouped already. But I wanted to show you how you could make groups. Let me show you what you can do with this in the grades area. If I go to the grades area, and again the students' names have been fuzzed out so you can't see them. If I were to look at them, I would have all 42 students in the course here in the grades area. That can be very difficult to manage, but notice this button at the top. Right now it's showing all the sections that are in the course. If I click the drop-down area, I can choose only Section 1, and that filters out the students so that only Section 1 is showing for me right now. Or I can choose to show Section 2, and that will have Section 2 in it. Or I can look at all of my sections for the students. So that is splendid. I want to show you with writing email also how this works. I've taken you into a different course where I do have instructor access, and in this course there are 4 sections that have been cross-listed. So if I want to send an email to my students in one section, I can come to my inbox in Canvas, and I click on the Compose a New Message button, and there I can select from my courses. I'll click that list, and I select the course that has all those sections. Now I have another option. If I click in the To box and click on the picture of the people on the far right side, it gives me a choice. I can send messages to just the instructors of that course, to course sections, or to student groups, because I made groups in there as well. So if I choose sections and click on this right facing arrow, it shows me my sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I chose student groups, because in this class I made the groups, I can click that and it will show my 4 sections of students. It would be my advice for you to choose the course sections, because those populate automatically into the system. If you have someone that adds your class late, then they aren't going to be added to a group unless you physically add them. So if you just use the section function native to Canvas, then you don't have to worry about managing who is in those sections. That's taken care of all by itself. So I'll go ahead and cancel. In this video, you saw how you can cross-list courses into one course in Canvas. Thank you.